Students of our local Lindenwood University were denied to start a gay-straight alliance club. Is this a violation of their First Amendment rights? Let's see what people of the community had to say.
Colleges are forced to, and they have to provide, the ability for students to have freedom of speech and freedom.
Some in the community agree that Lindenwood is a private school and should not fall under the same rules as a public school.
Within their constitutional rights. I hear a lot of people say they're a private school. They accept federal funding through the use of scholarships and grants through our federal government.
I understand that the school offered an alternative group called the Social Justice Alliance. That would include issues of sexual orientation, but also include race and religion. Why, in your opinion, would this not suffice?
The fact that students applied for a GSA and were denied. I think the one thing to be denied, which they were, but the other thing that really was problematic was that they came back to say that here's what you should form. And what they were given was basically a catch-all social justice group. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the students at Lindenwood forming a social justice group, but that's not a safe place. A GSA, a Gay Straight Alliance, is a safe place for students. And so my concern was and the other thing that the administration said, because I was at the public meeting, was that 4 or 5 years ago, Lindenwood wouldn't even be able to have this conversation that gay students and lesbian students and bi and transgender students would be thrown off campus. And so that the fact that they're getting this, they should be happy with it. And so my feeling is that's called institutionalized homophobia. And my fear is that that accepting something that's not what they want, my worry is that these students, sure, they feel like they've gotten something, but when they graduate and move on, the relationships aren't there. No one knows. The next wave of students that come in don't know. And so what happens is that, I'm worried that in 2 or 3 years from now, this social justice group will not be for LGBT students. It might be something else. So in the end, they don't have a chance.
My name is Scott Emanuel. I'm a social worker. I run Growing American Youth. And through my work, I've interacted with a lot of young people who have been started gay straight alliances at their schools, at their universities, and also those youth who are LGBT or questioning. And the one thing I think is amazing about Lindenwood is that I know it's a private school. I get that. It feels kind of public, but I get that it's private. And it seems to me that it was a missed opportunity for them to stay true to what they really set out to do, which was to have a gay straight alliance, which essentially was to set up a climate to where the students who are LGBT could be safe, but also just have a social entity by which to engage. And I think that the end result, to me, is watered down. And it's kind of, I get baby steps, but there wasn't a need for a baby step. It was a need for something good. And I think what they have is okay. And I hope they can build from it and make it something that they actually wanted in the first place. But my first reaction was not so impressed with it, because I think they compromised a bit of themselves in what they really wanted to do.
So there you have it. Yes, Lindenwood can assemble, but only under a different name with a different agenda. This type of response from the school administration may be an indication of why a GSA is needed in the first place.